Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Justin Hergert, and we're live at Cavalier Field. It is Game 3 of the series between the Dodge City A's and Colorado Springs Outlaws. And the A's tonight going from the series win, having taken the last two in run rule fashion. We'll get to that information here in just a little bit. But it is the A's and Colorado Springs Outlaws again tonight. So, let's take a look. The A's have hosted the Colorado Springs Outlaws the last two nights. Friday night, the A's take that game in run rule fashion, 12-2. That a 8-run run rule as well. Bobby Yates takes the win in that one, going 6 innings of work as pitcher. And the A's led off early in that one, getting started, scoring early and scoring often. It was Ryan Davis getting started as the A's scored 3 runs in the bottom of the second. Ryan Davis leads off that inning with a single, followed by Matthew Sandoval hitting a single. And then an error to get Brock Denbo on that scores both Davis and Sandoval. And then the scoring again continued in the 4th inning. I'll lead walk to Brock Denbo. Michael Widener hits a single to get on. Andrew Ramirez, an RBI single that scores Denbo. And then Kyle Morrell hits a single that scores Widener and Ramirez each. So it was the 5th inning where the majority of the damage was done. Tyler Cotto draws a leadoff walk, followed by Brendan O'Sullivan. Ryan Davis getting on an error. And the A's continuing their scoring ways going into the bottom of the 8th, where Andrew Ramirez and Kyle Morrell both score. A's taking that one 12-2. 9 hits versus 6 for the Colorado Springs Outlaws. And then last night, the A's take Game 2 of the series, 17-7. That game also in run rule fashion. Taking that game in 8 innings as well. The A's score 17 runs, 16 hits, no errors. And the Outlaws 7 runs on 5 hits, 1 error. The Outlaws try to make a game out of it in the scoring 4 runs in the 4th and 2 in the 5th to make it a 7-11 game in favor of the A's, but it was Dylan Weaver coming in after Mayfield gets the start, goes 3.1 innings. Weaver comes in, goes 1.2 innings, and takes the win on last night's game. And Bayer takes the loss in that game. It was the A's, again, score early and score often. The A's led off that game, started last night. Scored 7 in the bottom of the 1st, and it looked like the A's was going to run away with that one. Like I said, the Colorado Springs Outlaws came back, made it an interesting game in the 4th and 5th innings, and that's where we find ourselves headed into tonight. It is Tyson Pereira getting the start for the Dodge City A's on the mound tonight. So let's take a look at our starting lineups. We'll start with the visiting Colorado Springs Outlaws, and it is Brady Christensen leading off, center fielder wearing number 3. Batting second, right fielder number 15, James Wright. Batting third, left fielder number 15, Kit Wigington. The cleanup hitter, the designated hitter number 46, Cade Sakamoto. Batting fifth, shortstop number 7, C.J. Townsend. Batting sixth, the first baseman, number 41, Jaron Wilcox. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 17, Chris Gracia. Batting eighth, catcher, number 4, Braden Dedrick. And running out the lineup for the Colorado Springs Outlaws is second baseman, number 2, Mason Pastorello. Starting pitcher for the Outlaws is number 34, Peyton Brown. And the lineup for your Dodge City A's, leading off right fielder number 22, Kyle Morrell. Batting second, center fielder number 3, Matthew Sandoval. Batting third, third baseman number 9, Brendan O'Sullivan. Batting fourth, a cleanup hitter, first baseman number 24, Ryan Davis. Batting fifth, second baseman number 10, Roberto Gonzalez. Batting sixth, catcher number 4, Rubio Duran. Batting seventh, designated hitter number 8, Jacob Klanovsky. Batting eighth, left fielder number 27, Angelo Zazzarino. And running at the lineup is shortstop number 23, Brock Denbo. It is time for the national anthem here at Cavalier Field, and I'm going to step aside. We'll be back with you with first pitch here shortly. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert, and warm-up pitches are about to begin as the A's are set to face the Outlaws for Game 3 of this series. A's come into tonight's game now 2-6 overall on the season, and the Outlaws believe are now 3-3. So the Outlaws 3-3 on the season. The A's 6-2, or 2-6 rather. He started the season facing the tough Liberal BJ's team. Another hard-hitting Great Bend Batcats, followed up also with the Kansas Cannons as well, and the A's will repay the Kansas Cannons by traveling to Augusta on Tuesday. So the A's, another much-needed off day tomorrow, as it is definitely hot outside. And the A's getting a day of rest in, and then we'll travel to to the Kansas Cannons on Tuesday, and we'll return home on Wednesday to face the A's on Wednesday will be back home in non-league action. It will be the Liberal BJs at home here at Cavalier Field. That one again a 7 p.m. pitch. And then the A's on Friday will depart to go to Colorado. So while the A's are in Colorado, they will face the Game Day Angels on Friday, 2 games against Fort Collins Saturday and Sunday, back against the Angels on Monday. They will finish up the series with the Colorado Springs Outlaws on Tuesday, and then finish the long road trip with the Rough Riders on Wednesday. So we are underway here at Cavalier Field, and it is the leadoff hitter, Brady Christensen, taking the first pitch he sees, ball number 1. Now even in the count, 1 apiece. Pereira delivers down low now, 2-1 the count. Tyson Pereira comes to Dodge City, played his freshman season at San Joaquin Delta College. Made 10 appearances, 4 starts, a 1-1 record, 21.1 innings pitched. 16 hits, 15 runs, walked 17, struck out 27, and hold a 5.06 ERA. So that was his freshman season at San Joaquin Delta, and is now 3-1 the count. And it will be a leadoff walk to Brady Christensen as the Outlaws have their leadoff runner aboard here in the top of the first as the A's and Outlaws get underway for game number 3. And that will bring up James Wright to the plate. Wright steps in to face Pereira. Wright has played both nights so far for the Colorado Springs Outlaws. Wright in last night's game was the catcher, so that pitch gets away, ball number 1, and allows Brady Christensen to advance over to second. So Wright last night, 1 run with 1 hit, drove in 1, walked on twice. Tyson Pereira making his second appearance overall for the A's. Fires outside now, 2-0. And that will send Drawn out to have a conversation with his pitcher Wright. Make sure that they're both getting the same signals, and we'll come back and get set to go. Dodge City A's and Colorado Springs Outlaws. And so 2-1 the count to Wright. Christensen steals over to third, and a throwing error on catcher Duran allows Christensen to come home. So now 3-1. Now full count to Wright. The Colorado Springs leading this one early, 1-0. And Wright will drive that one out, ground out to third base, throw over to Davis in time for the out. And now 1 away for the Outlaws. So that ground out will bring up Kit Wigington to the plate. Wigington in last night's game was a DH, also hitting in the 3-hole. Did not account for anything, struck out once. Wigington will face Pereira. He'll swing and miss it. First pitch he sees. Swing and a miss. Now 0-2 in the count to Wigington. And Tyson Pereira starting to find his stride on the mound for the Dodge City A's. That one's delivered outside, 1-2. That one delivered down low now brings the count even at 2 apiece. The A's, green tops, white numbers and letters outlined in yellow. White pants. Wigington will take that one, foul it off. Count remains 2-2. The Outlaws back in their black tops. White numbers, gray pants. Dimensions here at Cavalier Field, 330 down the lines, 348 in the power alleys, 404 to center. Pereira will fire in on that one, brings the count full, so payoff pitch coming for Pereira. And he'll get Wigington to swing and miss. He'll go down on strikes now, 2 away for the Outlaws, and that brings up Cade Sakamoto. Sakamoto was the starting pitcher in the game Friday night for the Colorado Springs Outlaws, did not play last night. So Cade Sakamoto will step into the left-handed batter's box for the Outlaws. And he'll look at first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Pereira delivers on that one, just missing on the outside edge. Evens the count at 1. The A's are trying to get to the home half of the first and continuing their hot bats, and Sakamoto will drive that one out to left field. It falls fair, just right inside the line at the foul pole, and that'll be a stand-up double for Sakamoto. So that will bring up now C.J. Townsend. Townsend hit in the batting order 8th last night, played shortstop. At shortstop again tonight for the Outlaws. Townsend 1 run with 1 hit, drove in 1 and walked on once and struck out twice. So he'll look at the first pitch he sees outside, ball number 1. Pereira will get Townsend to swing and miss at that one, evens the count at 1 apiece. The A's pitching staff coming into tonight have combined to hit 12 batters, strike out 66, but issued 57 free passes. Have a collective ERA of 8.764. So Townsend will look at that one, takes it. Now 2-1 the count, 2 away here in the top of the first. And the A's looking to win the series with this game right here. Hers comes set and delivers. That one delivered on the outside edge. It will be even the count at 2 apiece. Townsend will settle back in. He'll foul that one off over to the clubhouse. Count remains 2-2. Pereira fires and delivers that one inside, barely off the plate. And it'll be another full count for Tyson Pereira. Pereira working from the first base side of the rubber. Payoff pitch from Pereira. Fired in and fouled off. Townsend just underneath it. So we'll repeat the full count over again. Pereira will come set. Delivers that one down low. Will be a walk to Townsend. And that will bring up Jaron Wilcox. Wilcox hit a cleanup spot last night. Wilcox 1 run, 1 hit, drove in 2 and struck out twice. Wilcox hitting in the 6th hole tonight. First baseman for the Colorado Springs Outlaws. Tyson Pereira will deliver outside for ball number 1. Coach Woodruff's going to go out. He'll take the trot out, have a quick conversation with Pereira. The A's struggling on the mound with command a little bit tonight. Coach Woodruff out to have a conversation and instill some confidence in his team. Just get the out right now. Get the bats. So that will break up the mound visit. And it will be the right-handed Wilcox now back in to face Tyson Pereira. Bit of an extended top of the first inning for the Dodge City A's defense. That one's delivered low, now ball number 2. Pereira came into tonight with a collective 2.25 ERA. Making his second start for the A's. Wilcox will foul that one off. Now 2-1. To the count to Jaron Wilcox. Wilcox, a potential strikeout victim. Pereira will fire and deliver. That one's sent out into the gap at left center field, and that will score at least one more. Waving him home, and throw home will be in time, and that will be out number 3 for the Outlaws. The Outlaws trying to be aggressive on the base paths, and they'll only get 1 run out of it, so it will be a double for Jaron Wilcox. And we will go to the bottom of the second. It'll be the top of the order coming up for the Dodge City A's. Morrell, Sandoval, and O'Sullivan coming up. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hurd, and it is the bottom of the first. A's coming to bat for the first time, trailing in this game 2-0. Something that the A's have not been used to against this team. So that will be Kyle Morrell leading off for the Dodge City A's. Morrell led off last night. 4 runs on 3 hits, drove in 2, walked on twice. So Morrell will step in to face the right-handed Peyton Brown. And he'll take the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. That one's fired in. Catches outside edge, evens a count at 1 apiece. Some clouds starting to build here in Dodge City as Morrell looks at that pitch for ball number 2. But still a rather warm evening here in Dodge City. Morrell takes that one. He'll drive it out to right field. It will be played off the hop, and that will be a leadoff single for Morrell. And that's what the A's needed to get back in business. So Wright plays that one off the hop. Morrell in safely at first, and that brings up Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval again in the 2-hole last night. 1 run, 2 hits, drove in 1 and walked on twice, struck out once. Sandoval shows bunt, sends it foul for strike number 1. Matthew Sandoval last night getting the opportunity to add to the extra bases hits. Correction, that was not Sandoval last night. So he'll take that one, drives it out to left field. Wigington there to cover, and out number 1 for the Dodge City A's. So that will bring up Brendan O'Sullivan to the plate. O'Sullivan hit again in the 3-hole last night for the A's. O'Sullivan, 3 runs, 2 hits, walked on twice and struck out once. So as O'Sullivan in to face Peyton Brown. And he'll look at the first pitch he sees down low for ball number 1. It was Dylan Weaver in last night's game that takes the win. And O'Sullivan will take that one, drives it out to shortstop, throw over to second in time. But it will be a fielder's choice as the throw to first was not in time. So that will bring up Ryan Davis. And believe it or not, Ryan Davis, 5 for 6 in last night's game, now has the second highest batting average for the team, and he takes that pitch for ball number 1. Davis in last night's game hit in the 5-hole, 1 run, 5 hits, drove in 6 and struck out once. 1-0 to Davis. He takes that one inside. Now 2-0. 2 away for the A's here in the bottom of the first. Is game 3 A's versus Outlaws. Peyton Brown will deliver that one, sent out to left field, and that one's well hit. It will bounce off the wall, and Coach Woodruff will hold up the stop sign, so O'Sullivan will hold up at third. Davis will be in on a stand-up double. So an extra bases hit for Davis. Runners at second and third now for the A's. And that will bring up Roberto Gonzalez, getting his first start after just joining the team on Friday evening. So Gonzalez will step in. He'll lay down a bunt. That one's hit well up to third. Fielded by Garcia and no play. And some heads-up base running by Roberto Gonzalez to see that nobody's covering second. So he'll go ahead and take second, and that scores Brendan O'Sullivan. So A's trailing just 2-1 now. After that base hit for a bunt by Roberto Gonzalez. So not only does Gonzalez get credit for a bunt for a hit, he will also get credit for a stolen base, all in a very short amount of time. So Gonzalez showing good wherewithal, and that brings up Ruby Duran to the plate. Duran has not played yet in this series against the Outlaws. And he takes the first pitch he sees for strike number one. So Duran getting some much-needed rest. Now facing Peyton Brown. And that pitch will miss towards the outside. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Brown delivers that one inside. Now 2-1 to Ruby Duran. Duran enters tonight's game. Played in 6 games, 19 plate appearances, 4 hits, 3 of those singles, a double, scored 2 runs, hit into a fielder's choice, and struck out once. So Duran averaging .211 on the season so far, now 3-1 in the count. A's with runners in scoring position at second and third. That one's delivered down low, and that will load the bases to bring up Jacob Klinowski. Klinowski again, another one that did not play last night. Has not played in this series against the Colorado Springs Outlaws, and the A's will send courtesy runner Michael Widener. So Widener at first base for Ruby Duran. And Klinowski steps in. The lefty-righty matchup. Take the first pitch he sees down for ball number 1. Wind blowing out of east-southeast here at Cavalier Field. Not a strong wind, but it does add a little bit. Brown will deliver that one outside now, ball 2. That will send Dedrick down to have a conversation with his pitcher. Currently 98 degrees in Dodge City. Feels like 101. Winds currently 15 mile an hour. There is clouds building from the west. No real threat of rain, hopefully, until we can get this one done. Brown delivers, and That'll be a strike to Klonowski, 2-1. Bases loaded for the A's. Klonowski will take that one, sends it on the ground in the gap. That will score Davis, and Gonzalez is digging for home, and so that will put runners at the corner. So that's RBI single for Jacob Klonowski. And that will bring up Angelo Zazzarino. Zazzarino, another one that has not played yet in this series. Zazzarino more of a pitcher, but playing in the outfield tonight, and he will face Peyton Brown, and the A's leading this game now 3-2. He'll take the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Angelo Zazzarino actually leading the team, hitting .500, but just 2 plate appearances so far. He'll take that one, pops it high up in the air. That one's headed out into left field. Wigington comes in and covers, and that is out number 3 for the Dodge City A's. So the A's, 3 runs on 4 hits, strand 2, and we are headed to the top of the second. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field, and it is Gracia leading off the second inning for the Outlaws. Now finds himself 2-0 in the count. He'll take that pitch, drives it out into shallow center field. A leadoff single for Gracia, and the Outlaws are back in business again here in the top of the second. So that will bring up Braden Dedrick. Dedrick, one of those players that is familiar with Cavalier Field, having played for the Dodge City Community College Conquistadors. And he will take the first pitch he sees and pops it up way high. Duran covering. The wind moving that ball around will drop foul just right behind the umpire. So Dedrick down on the count, 0-1. Braden Dedrick hit in the 9-hole on Friday night against the A's. Struck out twice. He'll take that pitch for strike number 2. Tyson Pereira on the mound for the A's, back out for his second inning of work. He'll fire and deliver, runner goes, and that ball's driven out to left field. Angelo Zazarino there to cover, and that will send Chris Garcia scrambling back to first. So now one away for the Outlaws. That brings up Mason Pastorello to the plate. Pastorello in last night's game was the leadoff hitter, walked on twice and struck out 3 times. So Pastorello hitting in the 9-hole tonight. Looks at pitch for ball number 1. Pereira will fire over to first, not in time. Pastorello sends that one on the ground out to second, or short rather, fires over to Davis at first in time. And now 2 away. For the Colorado Springs Outlaws, and that will send us back to the top of the order as Chris Garcia advances to second base. And back at the top of the order with Brady Christensen. Christensen walked on in his first time up. Pereira fires and delivers that one inside for ball number 1. Christensen will take that one down now, 2-0. Garcia getting a good lead off a second, but that'll send Duran out to have a conversation with Pereira. And I'm sure Duran's wanting to take a shot at throwing out Garcia if he gets the opportunity. Garcia's got a good lead off of second base. Pereira fires and delivers that one down. Ball number 3. And Christensen will take that one now, ball 4, for the second walk of this game. And the A's pitching staff's struggling a little bit issuing the free passes, but that brings up James Wright. Wright grounded out to third, his first time up. Runners at first and second for the Outlaws. Pereira will deliver outside, ball number 1. Pereira delivers that one low, now 2-0 to James Wright. A's leading this one 3-2. Pereira's got a sign, delivers that one's hit out into center field. They'll play it off the hop. So that will score 1 and tie this game at 3 apiece. Runners at the corners for the Outlaws. Runners at the corners, and that brings up Kit Wigington. Wigington struck out his first time up. And it is a tie ball game now. 3-3, 4 hits apiece for these teams. Pereira fires and delivers low, ball number 1. R.J. Watanabe starting to stretch for the Dodge City A's. Not sure if he'll start warming up, but you never know. Pereira delivers. That one swung on and missed. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Pereira delivers outside. A good block by Duran to keep the runners in place. And 2-1 now to Kit Wigington. Wigington will take a big, healthy swing at that one. Evens a count at 2 apiece, so 2-2 with 2 away, top of the second. The A's are trying to get back at action and take the lead again. So Pereira will come set. Delivers that one down low, brings a count full. So we'll see a payoff pitch now from Tyson Pereira. Pereira comes set. Runner goes. He'll swing and miss, and Wigington will go down for the second time on strikes, and that will end the inning for the Outlaws, straining 2. The A's are coming back to bat. It'll be Denbo, Morrell, and Sandoval due up for the A's. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert, and it is the bottom of the second. A's and Colorado Springs Outlaws tied at 3 apiece. Game 3 of the series. We'll take an opportunity to thank our Grand Slam sponsors, the City of Dodge City and Ford County, Curbs Law Office, McDonald's Cool Enterprises LLC, and Lewis Automotive Group. Thank you for your sponsorship and support of Dodge City A's baseball. So it is Brock Denbo leading off the bottom of the second for the Dodge City A's, and he will take the first pitch he sees for a strike. Denbo did not play in last night's game. Now down in the count, 0-2. He did play against the Outlaws on Friday evening. 1 run, rather 2 runs, no hits. Walked on once. So that is the stat line Friday evening for Brock Denbo at the plate. Now finds himself in the count 1-2. That one's delivered outside, evens the count at 2 apiece. Brown will step off, asks for a new sign. He'll come set, delivers that one outside, and brings the count full. Payoff pitch from Brown coming. That one inside, and Denbo will draw the leadoff walk for the Dodge City A's. That will bring up Kyle Morrell. Morrell hit a single to lead off the top of the first, or bottom of the first, sorry. Runner on first for the A's. Peyton Brown out for his second inning of work. Morrell will swing and miss. Down in the count, 0-1. The Dodge City A's come into tonight's game collectively hitting .254. Morrell finds himself even in the count at 1 apiece. He'll take that one. It's hit high and deep out to right field. It's going. That one is gone. It is a 2-run home run for Kyle Morrell, and the A's take the lead in this game 5-3. That ball hit sky high, actually going against the wind, but clears the right field fence. So that'll be a home run for Kyle Morrell, and he will take the hat, the home run hat, as he goes back to the dugout. So that will bring up Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval flew out his first time at bat. He'll take a big swing at that one, misses for strike number 1. Sandoval even in the count, 1 apiece. Matthew Sandoval coming into tonight's game, now in the count 2-1, 7 hits, 6 of those singles, 1 of those a triple. Drove in 2, scored 4 himself. He'll take that one. It's hit high and deep. It'll stay in the park. But it is a center fielder, Brady Christensen, coming over to field it, and that is out number 1 for the Dodge City A's. So that will bring up Brendan O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan steps in for the righty-righty matchup. O'Sullivan hit into the fielder's choice his first time up. And he'll take the first pitch he sees and fouls it back into the net for strike number 1. The A's trying to extend their lead in this one. Brown fires and delivers outside. Now evens the count at 1 apiece. Sullivan will take that one, drives it foul just outside the right field fence, and now finds himself in the count down 1-2. Sullivan will check swing. They'll peel down say no, so that will even the count at 2 apiece. Brown delivers that one inside. Brings the count full. Payoff pitch from Brown coming. He'll catch the inside corner, and that will be strikeout looking for Brendan O'Sullivan, and that will bring up Ryan Davis. Davis, the second hottest bat on this team, after having gone 5 for 6 last night. Hit a double in his first time up tonight. Brown delivers that one, bouncing in the turf, ball number 1. Brown delivers that one. High fastball fouled off. Now 1-1 to Ryan Davis. And with the terror that Davis has been on, you don't want to leave one hanging. He'll take that one. Davis sends it out to left field, but Wigington there to cover, and that is out number 3 for the Dodge City A's. So the A's, 2 runs on 1 hit, no errors, none left on, and we are headed to the top of the 3rd. It will be Sakamoto, Townsend, and Wilcox coming up for the Outlaws. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field in Dodge City. Sakamoto leading off for the Outlaws in the top of the 3rd. He takes first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Sakamoto will take a big swing at that one, misses for strike number 2. Delivers down low, now 1-2 to Sakamoto. Sakamoto doubled his first time up. He'll swing and miss at that one and go down on strikes, and that will bring up C.J. Townsend, who drew a walk his first time up. Townsend takes first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Pereira delivers on that one, gets Townsend to swing over top. Now 1-1. Townsend will step back into the batter's box and get ready. He'll take that one delivered inside. Now 2-1 to Townsend. The Hayes Larks take game tonight against the Colorado Rough Riders 20-3. That ball's hit down the line. Davis will take it, flips over to Pereira covering, and that will be out number 2 for the Outlaws. So that will bring up Jaron Wilcox to the plate. Wilcox doubled and his first time up. And the A's are hoping the Outlaws will go down in order. Pereira delivers. That one outside, ball number 1. Pereira gets Wilcox to swing at that one. Evens a count at 1 apiece. Pereira looking more comfortable on the mound this inning. Fires and delivers just outside, now 2-1. Pereira misses just off the plate, now 3-1 to Wilcox. One delivered in, catches the upper part of the plate. Full count to Wilcox. Payoff pitch coming from Pereira. Pereira will come set. Delivers, catches the outer half of the plate, and that will end the inning. The Outlaws go down 1-2-3. And we are headed to the bottom of the third with Gonzalez, Duran, and Klanovsky due up for the Dodge City A's. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert, and it is Roberto Gonzalez leading off for the Dodge City A's in the bottom of the third, and he will take a hack at that one and miss for strike number one. He bunted to get on his first time up. He'll take that pitch, drives it out to right field. It will drop in, and Gonzalez is digging for second. He's going for third. That throw over misses. Throw down to home misses as well, so Gonzalez will hit a triple and score at the same time. The A's now leading this one 6-3. So after that triple and an error for Roberto Gonzalez, that will bring up Ruby Duran to the plate. And Duran will see the first pitch, take it, send it out into the center field for a hit. That will bring up Jacob Klinowski to the plate now for the A's. Klinowski hit a single his first time up and takes first pitch he sees for ball number one. And the A's elect to not send anyone to the first base coach's box this inning, as Dylan Weaver is actually out selling 50-50 raffle tickets along with Ashton Jenkins for the A's. So 1-1 to Klinowski. A's have scored now in every inning, leading this game 6-3. Klinowski will take a big swing at that one and miss. Now down in the count 1-2. No outs here in the bottom of the third. A's scored 3 in the first, 2 in the second, now 1 in the third so far. 6 runs on 7 hits. 1 error for the Dodge City A's. Peyton Brown out for his third inning of work. Steps off the rubber. That one's delivered down low, evens the count at 2 apiece. Throw over to first, not in time. Sends Michael Widener, who is courtesy runner for the A's. Widener takes off to second. Throw down not in time, and count comes full to Klinowski. Runner in scoring position for the A's. Payoff pitch coming from Brown. Brown will deliver. Klinowski swings and misses at that one. Goes down on strikes, so 1 away for the A's. That'll bring up Angelo Zazzarino to the plate. Zazzarino flew out in his first attempt. Zazzarino, normally a pitcher, playing in the outfield tonight. Takes first pitch he sees outside, 1-0. A good Sunday evening here at the ballpark. Zazarino will take that one and play it off the hop, but overplays it, so that will be a double for Angelo Zazarino. And it sounded like a broken bat as well. So that scored Widener. And the A's now leading this one 7-3, and that brings up Brock Denbo. Denbo drew a walk his first time up. Denbo will take that one, drives it down the third base line, but foul. Strike number one. The A's about to complete their second trip around the batting order. Brown fires and delivers. Just outside and low, 1-1. Two and one the count to Denbo. Denbo will take that one, pops it up, sends it out to right center field. Brady Christensen back to field it for the out, but hit deep enough that it will advance Zazarino over to third, and now two away for the A's. So that will bring Kyle Morrell to bat, back at the top of the order for the A's, and now action occurring in the Outlaws bullpen. And a mound visit from the Colorado Springs Outlaws coach. Last night, the two teams combined to use 9 different pitchers. So far today, both starting pitchers still in this game through almost 3 complete. So Kyle Morrell, 2 for 2, a single and a home run. Takes the first pitch he sees for a strike. That one misses, pops out in front of the catcher, now 1-1. One delivered inside, now 2-1. Hit that one on the ground to second, thrown over to first in time, and that will end the inning for the A's. A's 2 runs on 3 hits, 1 error. Strand 1, and we are headed to the top of the 4th with Garcia, Dedrick, and Pastorello due up for the Outlaws. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back to Cavalier Field in Dodge City. I am Justin Hergert, and we are headed to the top of the 4th. It is the Dodge City A's leading this one 7-3. And there is some concern as the umpires and head coach Chris Woodruff are talking about something. And I'm sure it is the building storms to our west. There are some thunderstorms starting to pop up and build. A few of them warned over around the Garden City area, so about 60 miles west of us, and then some coming from the southwest out around Montezuma as well. So there are some storms building, so we'll see. We'll continue to play this game for as long as we can. We may have to call it or go into pause later on. We'll let you know when that happens. But it is Tyson Pereira out for his 4th inning of work, and he will fire and deliver ball number 1. Chris Garcia leading off for the Colorado Springs Outlaws, 1 for 1, as the Outlaws are making their 2nd trip through the batting order right now. Finds himself even in the count at 1 apiece. Pereira delivers that one outside, now 2-1. Pereira catches the inside edge for strike number 2. Garcia fouls that one off to remain alive. Count still 2-2. Tyson Pereira went 4 innings his first time up. Trying to match that here now as he goes full count now to Chris Garcia. Payoff pitch from Tyson Pereira. Catches the outside edge, and Garcia will go down looking. And the music department sends him back to the dugout with a nice little jingle. So Tyson Pereira is going to ask for a new ball. And that will bring up catcher Braden Dedrick to the plate. Dedrick flew out his last attempt. Pereira's got his ball, comes set. Dedrick will send that one high and deep out to right center field. Sandoval there covering, and Dedrick flies out for the second time in this game, and now 2 away for the Colorado Springs Outlaws. And that brings up Mason Pastorello, who grounded out his first time up. Pereira trying to go 1, 2, 3 for the second time. Catches the outside corner to get Pastorello down in the count 0-1. The Outlaws went down 1, 2, 3 in the top of the third and have struck out at least one in every inning so far. Pastorello down in the count 1-2. Pereira delivers. He'll swing and miss. Throw down by catcher Duran down to first in time, and that will end the inning for the Colorado Springs Outlaws. Outlaws go down in order, and we are headed to the top of the fourth, or rather bottom of the fourth. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert. We are headed to the bottom of the fourth, and the Outlaws have made the call to the bullpen. It is Austin Weller. Weller now on the mound for the Colorado Springs Outlaws. And he will face Matthew Sandoval. Sandoval 0 for 2, flew out both times so far in this game. One and one the count to Matthew Sandoval. Weller fires and delivers. That one's driven out right center field, but it is Brady Christensen there to cover, and out number one for the Dodge City A's. So that will bring up Brendan O'Sullivan to the plate. O'Sullivan 0 for 2, a fielder's choice and a strikeout. Sullivan wishes he could have that strikeout back, watching it barely catch the edge of the plate. He will face Weller, the left-handed pitcher. Weller misses for ball number one. That one's sent on the ground into the gap, out into right field, so it will be a stand-up single for Brendan O'Sullivan. Although the A's did not get their leadoff runner on, they do have a runner on now in O'Sullivan, and that brings up Ryan Davis to the plate. Davis, a double and a fly out tonight, was 5 for 6 at the plate last night. Quick pause in play to send the ball back down to the bullpen for the Colorado Springs Outlaws, and more action occurring. That is Hayden Smith warming up for the Outlaws. Weller delivers ball number 1. A's leading this one 7-3, 7 runs on 9 hits, 1 error. Outlaws 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 error as well. Davis takes a big swing, evens a count at 1 apiece. The ball escapes Springs bullpen once again. Michael Widener coaching in the first base coach's box for the Dodge City A's. Weller fires and delivers that one outside. They will appeal down on the check swing. Say he didn't go. Now 2-1. Two and one to Ryan Davis. Davis will send that one on the ground, fielded by shortstop. Throw over to second in time. Throw to first, not in time, and it goes over to the fence. So it'll be a fielder's choice. 2 away now for the A's.
Now to play for the A's. Second baseman number 10, Roberto Gonzalez.
So that brings up Roberto Gonzalez making his first start for the Dodge City A's. 2 for 2, a bunt and a triple. Gonzalez actually scored on that triple as it was a triple and an error. And he takes the first pitch he sees for ball number 1. Weller delivers. That one's hit back up the middle. And they'll field it for the fielder's choice, and out number 3. And that will end the inning for the Dodge City A's. And we are headed to the top of the 5th. You've been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field. I am Justin Hergert. Take this opportunity to thank our home run sponsors, Lauren Dahl, Rabine Brothers Law Firm, Conant Construction, LLC, Community Foundation of Southwest Kansas, Parker Haskins Insurance Incorporated, and Duke Energy. Thank you for your support of Dodge City A's baseball. We are headed to the top of the fifth. A's leading in this game 7-3, and it is Brady Christensen leading off for the Outlaws, has walked on as the Outlaws are back at the top of the order. Tyson Pereira out now for his fifth inning of work, having faced a minimum the last 2 innings. And he gets Christensen to foul off the first pitch he sees for strike number 1. Pereira fires and delivers that one outside. Ball 1. Pereira delivers that one out into the opposite batter's box. Now 2-1. Tyson Pereira making his second start, now eclipsing his previous start at 4 innings. Out for his 5th inning of work. Christensen fouls that one off. 2-2. Pereira now 3-2 the count. Counted for 7 hits on 5 runs. Walked 3 in his first start. And Brady Christensen draws a walk again. And that brings up James Wright to the plate. So Christensen has walked on in all 3 at-bats so far this game. James Wright 1 for 2, a ground out and a single. As Pereira fires and delivers that one into the opposite batter's box. And that will send Christensen to second base on the wild pitch. Pereira coming into tonight, issued 3 free passes, struck out 1 and hit 1. And Wright will send that one out to left center field. Zazarino there covering, and that will send Christensen back to second. 1 away for the Outlaws. So that will bring up Kit Wigington. Wigington has struck out both attempts so far. As I said earlier, the Tyson Pereira has gotten at least 1 strikeout in every inning. Wigington fouls that one off, out of play to the third base side, and now action occurring in the Dodge City A's bullpen. It is R.J. Watanabe warming up for the A's. So 0-1 the count to Wigington. I'll take that one outside for ball number 1. Two and 1 the count. Wigington will swing and miss at that one, so it was 1-2 rather. He'll go down on strikes yet again. So Wigington strikes out for the 3rd time. Now 2 away for the Outlaws, and that brings up Cade Sakamoto to the plate. 1 for 2, a double and a strikeout himself. So Tyson Pereira coming into tonight, throwing a first pitch strike percentage, 52.2%. The number of percent, 8.3% at bats result in a walk for Tyson Pereira coming into tonight. Delivers a nice curveball but misses ball number 2. Sakamoto drives that one out to left field. Zazarino there to cover, and that will end the inning for the Outlaws. And we are headed to the bottom of the 5th. It is Duran, Klanovsky, and Zazarino due up for the Dodge City A's. You have been listening to A's Baseball. Welcome back into Cavalier Field, and at this point there is lightning in the area, so it appears that we are going to go into a delay as they are calling the players off of the field at this point. Players are going to go to the dugouts, it looks like, and we are going to go into delay. We're going to keep the stream live. We'll be back with you here after a while when an official decision is made. So we're going into pause. You've been listening to A's Baseball. All right, fans. Well, as I'm sure you can tell, the game has been called. So the game is considered complete at this point. The A's So the A's will take the win on this one, winning the game 7-3, going 4.5 innings to call this one complete. So the A's score 3 in the first, 2 in the second, 2 in the third. The Colorado Springs Outlaws, 2 in the first, 1 in the third. The Outlaws 3 runs, 4 hits, 1 error, straying 4. The A's 7 runs, 9 hits, 1 error, straying 4 as well. Tyson Pereira goes a complete game and will get the win on this one. The loss will go to Peyton Brown for the Colorado Springs Outlaws. So the A's will improve to 3-6 on this season, and the Outlaws, I believe, if correct, will drop to 3-4 on the season. The A's will be off tomorrow night. The A's will then travel to Augusta, Kansas on Tuesday to face the Kansas Cannons. That game set for a 7 p.m. pitch. That is a non-league action. The A's will return home to Cavalier Field on Wednesday to face the Liberal BJs. Again, that game will be considered non-league action, as that's just an extra game being played and will not count in the league standings. The A's will depart on Friday then. Take 6 games out in the Colorado area, and we'll tell you more about that as that trip comes up closer. You have been listening to A's Baseball. I'm Justin Hergert saying so long and good night from Cavalier Field as the A's win this one 7-3.